Alright, folks, welcome to another league, another modern league. And today we are going to be doing some banned Snake Blade. I think that the snake is just really good when it is holding equipment. So we're going to be playing with this list. We actually 5-0 with a similar list to this. When was this? Last week? I only did one change for the main deck, which is I added a second copy of Mystic Sanctuary as the 25th land, and I cut the second copy of Verdict, which I moved to the sideboard, and then I cut the Disdainful Stroke for the Superior Verdict. Those are the only changes that I made. Everything else is the same list, and this one has been performing pretty well for me as well. So even fully so good, especially the Drama Who is the Master. I don't know, but I hear that he's great. I hear that he is great. It's kind of a messy hand. We're gonna ship it. Funny how this is the kind of hand that you just draw Uro and it gets immediately fixed. But we don't have Uro, so it's like in Legacy you keep hands like this when you have a fetch land and in the hopes of drawing Brainstorm. It's just like... Alright, Sebastian 8080 thank you for that follow. Yeah, let's keep this. And I guess I'm gonna bottom the Verdict. Even before we play against an aggro deck, and I regret everything, but humans. Damn it. Goblin, well I guess it's the same thing. I think I'm just gonna force here. They already have the Cavern of Souls, so my poor Mana Leak is not gonna be doing much anyway, so I might as well make sure that I make the tempo play, and hopefully they have a one lander or something that they kept. We get to cheese them out. Just have the Snoopy. Okay. Just gonna hope that they don't have the combo, because we are cold to the combo. Thoughtseize. Well, if they Thoughtseize here, I'm definitely going to be casting this neck. So we get a basic forest. So they're just gonna take one of my Stoneforges. And if they don't have another land, we get to blow up this Munitions Expert, which is nice. Nice. So they clearly don't have a land. But I don't want them drawing a card, so I guess that I'm gonna blow up the Cavern of Souls right now. Get myself a blue source. Okay. So they're not drawing a land, but they're drawing a Vial, which is annoying. Inquisition, probably taking the Stoneforge, I would assume. Yeah. Punished. mean, they're not drawing a land at least, so they can't really attack me either. Oh. I guess they can make infinite copies of dudes now. Would definitely love to have this Stoneforge in hand right now. Yeah. Oddly enough, munitions expert. Okay. Dude down. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The good thing is now we get to Wrath at least, which is nice. We know that their hand is Matron and they're drawing a Kiki. So we're gonna get to Wrath. Second Snoop. Shit. So now next turn it is actually going to be lethal, because I know they have a Matron, they have a Violon 3. So we're gonna need to find an answer to this Snoop, or, well, that's it. Udo would be a great draw. Flooded Strand, not so much. So we can put a Verdict on top if we need to. We can put Path on top. Opt. I need some kind of advantage engine though. I need to make sure that I find some counter advantage. What is this Snoop combo? They have a Snoop, then they play Bogart Harbinger, which is a black colorless creature that does, when it comes into play, it's a 2/1 creature, and when it comes into play, it... Oh, my opponent failed to find because they wanted to draw the cavern. Interesting. Yeah, so when that happens, they put Kiki Jiki on top. Snoop gains all the abilities from Kiki Jiki, so it makes infinite copies of itself. The last copy copies the last copy of the Snoop copies the other guy, the Bogart Harbinger, and then you put the 3/3 into play. You put the other guy on top, and then you win from there. The one that allows you to sack a goblin to deal 1 damage, Sling Gang Lieutenant. Okay, so what are they gonna do here? There's the Matron. Goblin Crater Maker. Honestly, that doesn't seem like the worst for us. Like, it allows my opponent to gain some time. They keep Violon 3. How do they manipulate top card of the deck? With Bogart Harbinger. The card Bogart Harbinger puts the goblin on top. Does this mean that they have the Lord on top? They have... No, I guess that they could have had time to draw it, yeah. That's the Lord that hastes. That gives +1/+1. Brutal. Alright, Udo, I need you. If they find another land, we're actually in a serious amount of trouble. So I think I'm actually going to go with Opt. I think I'm gonna put Opt on top. You can't spell Opt without top. We just know about them having Kiki. That's all the info that we got. But yeah, but Kiki for value is actually pretty solid for them here. Because they can play Kiki and they can make a copy of Matron. Goblins comeback story of the year. Yeah, for sure. It's like this card really reinvigorated the archetype in a big way. Another Matron. Still prefer 8-whack. That's interesting. I mean, this has to mean that we are dead, right? So they get to cast Kiki here, okay. And then the Kiki is going to be able to copy the Matron. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get a sweeper. There we go. So they're going to make a copy. They're going to find what? That was kind of a wasted Matron, honestly. Like getting Prospector. They should get another Matron here, probably. Ringleader. Okay, that's also a good one. I love how our Mystic Sanctuary is barely there. We have exactly 3 islands, that's it. Okay, so here comes the Ringleader. This is the first league, this is the third league. Bashalik Mons. Brutal. Is that actually just lethal? It's close to it, right? Let's see. So down to 2. We go out of 7. We take 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get attacked for 1. I think we have to do it anyway, but we're dead to many things here. And we need to top deck basically an Uro. Like basically the story of this game has been us desperately looking to find an Uro that just never came. So we're technically not dead. How has it been going? We 5-0 the first one with Blue-White Blade. We 4-1 the second one. And now this is the first match of the third league. Yes, first match. So if we don't find Enuro this draw step, we are probably dead. Udo. If they have absolutely nothing, we get one more. All right. Udo off the top one time for the win. Oh. All right. It didn't even make it uncounterable. No, we were not getting there. Feels bad, man. All right, Gobos. Celestial Purge. Yes. Aether Gusts. Yes. Another Verdict and Ashiok. We don't like mana leaks. We don't like forces too much. Teferi is bad. We do like equipment. We do like Stoneforge. Sphinx's Rev. Sphinx's Rev would have been pretty solid too. Yeah, you're right. I guess that we don't want to cut all of our counter magic because my opponent might have access to Boil. I don't think I want Timely. Yeah, this is fine. Been watching a lot of Harry MTG and it doesn't seem like he likes the banned Stoneforge list. I personally think it's stronger than the straight control. I mean, I'm currently with banned specifically. I played 2 leagues and I 5-0'd twice, and this is the 3rd league that I'm playing. So I think that whatever you do, I think that Stoneforge is in a good place right now. I think that Stoneforge is legit very good. Whether you want to play Blue-White, whether you want to play banned, we actually played 2 leagues with Blue-White before. So, yes. I think it's pretty good. You can definitely play Blue-White list at mid-range. Yes, but I think that's what Harry was saying, is that he prefers, just like if you're gonna be playing Stoneforge, he prefers straight up Blue-White. I think that's what Death Penalties was saying. Blue-White Red. Oh no, that Blue-White Red has not been a thing since Pro Tour Born of the Gods. Jeskai died with Sean McLaren, basically. Jeskai died with Sean McLaren. Hey, Katarina. Como vai? Como vai? Nahiro Emrakul was Blue-White Red. Bem, tu? Muito bem, muito bem. Jogando um pouquinho de Stoneblade. No, we don't want more lands. Ugh. Vomit. That's pretty solid. Ok, estamos a jogar? Estamos jogando Banned Stoneblade. Eu penso que está muito bom. Está muito bom. I think I slam Ashiok here, right? Like if they have a Bloodman or something, we don't really care. We have a blocker for these silly gooses. If they pay for Mogwar Marshal, that means that they can only attack with one of these dudes. Like this seems like a fine spot to just resolve Ashiok and then just make sure that we cannot get comboed out. Currently purchasing banned Stoneforge paper because I agree that it's all. Yeah, I think it's very good. I've been having a lot of success with it. Allora o místico Lito Forjador. O místico Lito Forjador. Love it. Alright. Munitions expert in the house. It's pretty good for them. But because we're smart and we didn't just like randomly... Oh, we definitely want that on the bottom. Because we didn't just like minus Sashi up for no reason. Ashok decided at a healthy spot, so it's fine. How did the Sharkblade League go? We 5-0 the first one and we 4-1 the second one. Mais queremos, John. Algum dia eu vou jogar Jund pra você. Snick. So it's possible that they have another munitions expert, but if that's the case, that's fine. I definitely want to kill this one instead of the other ones because I need to make sure that Snoop, Matron. Okay. Okay, so I think this is what we're gonna do. We resolve Stoneforge. Like my opponent can cast that Matron if they want to. Crater Maker is pretty good. If I'm being honest, this is pretty good. Also, they get like Snoop now gets the ability of the Crater Maker, which is kind of gross. Is Catarina from Portugal? Yeah, she is. Catarina is another streamer. Vou dormir a 1 da manhã, mas dormo feliz por saber que um dia vai ser já na stream. Oh yeah. Vou jogar Jund. Eu prometo. Okay, so now they can sack the Snoop if they want to, but that's fine, because that means... I guess this actually did not work out the way I wanted to. That's fine though. I don't think I'm so concerned about the combo anymore right now. Don't think I'm so concerned about the combo anymore. Okay. So they're gonna draw Crater Maker. It's actually kind of interesting that my opponent would go for it here. Like, it doesn't seem like a good spot at all for them to go for it. Maybe they're just desperate. That's fine. It doesn't matter. First turn, they're gonna have Pashalik Mons added to the other dude, the 2-mana dude. And now they're gonna throw in Eclipse. Yeah, I think that we just got him here because they don't have access to a cavern. I guess even if they did, we have Aether Gust anyway. So in response to the Harbinger, we can just like Gust Snoopy. Yeah, so we're just going to counter draw. I'm gonna put Cryptic on top. We're gonna flash in Batterskull. This is just... Oh no, opponent. Oh no, opponent. No. The blowout. GG's. Yep. All right. The classic Snoop Scoop. The classic Snoop Scoop. All right. Ashiok did a pretty nice job there. I think that a big part of why my opponent was playing so weird on those early turns is because of the presence of Ashiok and the fact that they just did not have as many options, right? Like they were super limited in terms of the stuff that they could do. Also, the fact that they didn't find their 4th land drop didn't help either. But... on the draw, I think I'd rather lower my curve a little bit. Below Summer counters Ammunitions Experts, too narrow. I want cards that are objectively good all the time. Also, you saw how tight on mana both of us were, right? Both of us were super tight on mana, so it's really tough to hold up 1 mana all the time, right? And it's one thing to hold up 1 mana for an Aether Gust, which you can fire off on any card, and even if your opponent doesn't do anything, you can just like answer something that's on board. Xeng, thank you for the follow. Veil is just really awkward. Yeah. We might get owned if my opponent is actually playing... we might get owned if they're playing Blood Moon, but... Vile. Scare Prospector. It's not a good card. So as long as we don't get comboed out ridiculously quickly, we're probably going to be okay. That is kind of a ritual of sorts when you have both of these dudes going on together, which is pretty funny. Yep. Relic. Wow, interesting. Okay. So... got me. I think I'm gonna go get Hallowed Fountain. Ashiok, yeah, it's not gonna, we're not gonna have time for Ashiok. Okay. Stoneforge, let's have my opponent be a little bit distracted over there. Let's have them use resources to answer my 1-2. Honestly, if they have a lord here, that could be a little bit problematic. What is this? Munitions expert? Munitions expert would be annoying, but fine. Because we have a second Stoneforge. A lord would be a little bit... Oh. What? Trashmaster? Yeah, well, that one is a problem. That one is actually a problem. I'm gonna play this Udo into the relic, but it's fine because I'm setting up the Wrath. Like that's what actually matters right here. And if they overextend a little bit into this Wrath, that's gonna be great. MC, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back to the Prime Time Stronghold. $206. Even if they have Blood Moon, we're fine here. Wow, they played into it. Crazy. All right, we're actually in fine shape now, probably. There was no need for them to overextend into that. That's not boil mana. So they're drawing a Thoughtseize. Honestly, they might just... Yeah, I was going to say they might just crack Relic here. Okay, Meyer. Thoughtseize resolves. Why would I do such a thing? I'm 19-1 right now, John. I am 19-1 with this deck. So whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm gonna keep doing it. Why would I go down the path of a blue net decker? Feels bad, man. Yeah, so we're gonna do this over here. To be fair, I didn't copy this list from anybody. I just basically grabbed a stock list and then took it from there. So it's technically not a net deck per se, okay? It's kind of a net deck, but not quite. I am the net deck? Yeah, exactly. It's an F. Pablouche special. An F. Pablouche special. Alright, put it down to a single card. Down to a single card. If we need to, we can go get a Verdict one more time. Because we do have 3 islands now. Per MTG Twitter law, 1 card Delta and its original... Exactly! Like, nobody net decks. Why would anybody net deck when you can just, you know, change 1 card? If I sacrifice a set with Wizards by Miss Essentials, say more. I hope. I hope. You are the hero that we don't deserve, John. It's all on you. Can you manage to get Allosaurus Rider banned finally? Let's see what they put on top. I would imagine that they're gonna put Ringleader. Yeah. Mystic Sanctuary. That's really awkward, actually. That's really awkward because I kind of want to play a second Stoneforge here, but I also want to hold up Cryptic, so I think we're just going to play this and say no, because I want that in my graveyard, so I can find it whenever I find another shock. We're gonna play Stoneforge. Yes, shuffle, whatever. Pass the turn. And I think I'm just gonna double block this Crater Maker, if given the chance. I'm definitely countering Ringleader. That's the easy part. Counter Ringleader and double block Crater Maker? Well, I'm single blocking that one. Well, now we can just counter a bounce. Just stopped by to say hi. I was telling Hope. Oh, thank you, Scrap Dog Millionaire. Appreciate it. Glad that you're enjoying the stream. Should I take 2 damage here is the question. I think I'm gonna. We're gonna counter and return target permanent to its owner's hand. Yeah. So now we're gonna play sword, equip sword, attack, make opponent discard. Oof, nice. 2, 3, play sword, equip sword, move to combat, attack. Opponent has to discard. They discard Crater Maker. So we're just going to hardcast Skull. Because like at this point, even if they boil me or moon me, it just doesn't matter. They're dying on board. So Sling Gang. Okay. So in response to the trigger, gonna path it. How did they end up so low on time? I don't even know. Thank you for that follow, by the way. Big Bag Piggy. Appreciate that. Blue, green. Udo? Ah? Udo? Ah? Poggers. Easy clap. 10 minutes ahead on clock. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, chat. It's all good. Don't worry about it. $20-1. Stop there already, then. Yeah, that was a nice match actually. I enjoyed that match a lot. Pretty interesting match. Pretty interesting match. Okay, I like this hand. How do you see the shadow decks right now? Playable. Playable, which they have not been in a really long time. Romario, Kumubai, Tirubane. Do you think Band Blade is better than just Control now that Lave is gone? Right now, probably. Right now, probably. Because, like, usually Control is really good when the meta is very straightforward and organized, basically. When Control knows what it needs to tackle and how it needs to tackle. And that is what happened with the Lave metagame. Also the fact that Lave was busted, obviously, but yeah, so those things have changed basically since then. And right now the metagame is a lot more open. Okay, so this is Big Tron actually. Well, all the opts. Yay! Madditron. So smart. Opponent so smart. We're definitely forcing. I think we're just gonna pitch the opt instead of the Euro. The mana base can't be that dramatic if you can feed fields and naturally package with spells that require 3 blue. Yeah, it is kind of messy. It is kind of messy, and that's like the big issue, right? That is the big problem. Okay. I think we're gonna take this turn to Udo. That sucks. In a little bit of trouble now. If they have something very big right here, we're gonna be in trouble. If there's something very big comes next turn, we're fine, but it seems like, okay, that's not the very big that matters. So, Hallowed Fountain. Path this. So now we're going to be able to get back Udo. I guess we're just hoping for... Yeah, we just have to get a little bit lucky here. Just hoping for a blue card. We're totally gonna get Ulamog next turn. Totally getting Ulamog. Think of maybe an upgrade over Astrolabe. It just punishes not fetching perfectly. Yes, well that's why it's not an upgrade. Also, you see that it's turn 5 and we like our Ice Fang is still not that touchy, right? Of course, my opponent has exactly Ulamog, which is the only thing that I cannot beat. Literally the only thing that I cannot beat is exactly Ulamog on this very turn. And it's exactly what my opponent has. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Can we find a path to exile? Nope. course we can't. Of course we cannot. Sanctuary back opt. I mean, I would Sanctuary back path, but we had to exile our entire yard because of Udo, so we can't. All right, so we can top deck exactly. I guess Cryptic Command buys me a turn. It's not great, but I guess it can buy me a couple of turns. Come on, how? They just had perfect Tron mana and everything else was just business, business, business. Just flood a little bit, please. Alright. Fuck me, I guess. Oh, Tron. Oh, Tron. Oh, Tron. Tron exists for all these reasons, punish control decks like this. Yeah, but like even I have a positive record with this strategy. I have a positive record against Tron. But like your opponent needs to draw the perfect combination of perfect mana, which is what my opponent had, into nothing but gas. Right? Like if they have one too many lands, because also my opponent moved to 5, and now they moved to 4. To be fair, clearly they are very experienced strong players, because they are mulliganing properly. Like they're just not just keeping a turn 5 strong hand or something. So they know how they're supposed to play the deck. Single serving friend 08. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop the fact that it's just frustrating, right? One thing doesn't stop the other. Also, to be fair, this is like purposely our blind spot with this deck. It's exactly Tron. And that is kind of on purpose. We're just ignoring the Tron matchup with this list. Green. Should I force this? How does next turn look like? I'm going to be... Nah, we're just going to pass here. I think we're going to be able to counter all their stuff. Unless something very weird were to happen. Well, this one is actually counter-worthy, I think. Two rejection in the board? Yes. Is Enfield mostly for Tron? Yes. It does have some other uses, but it's mostly for Tron, yeah. Okay. Chromatic Sphere is fine. Okay. So now we're gonna get to do this. Well, that's an incredible draw. Shit, that's a really good draw. So we blow this up. Yeah. And I'm gonna do it like this because I can protect my Stoneforge from... I can protect my Stoneforge from Dismember. So now on draw step, we're gonna blow up the... I guess I didn't fetch for any of these, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna destroy this one. blue source. Nope. They might have Veil here, but we get owned if they have Veil. That's fine. I mean, I guess it's not even that bad for us if they have Veil. They didn't have Veil. Alright. Oh, I forgot to bring in the veto. That was an oversight. Costs. So we saw... Yeah, I think one gust is fine. It counters ancient steerings, it counters stuff like that. And everything else. Yeah, we're kind of not very well prepared for this matchup. So by definition, we are kind of at a disadvantage. Oh my god. Okay, this is a fine keep. Opponent moves to 5. Would love to find like an opt or something like that. Naditron, not Baby Karn, please. Not Baby Karn. Not Baby Karn, because we cannot Mana Leak Baby Karn. I'm expecting the Naditron at this point. Oh, hello. Nope. Oh, I should have gusted. What am I doing? Silly Francisco. Silly Francisco. Never punished. Okay. Okay. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Let's keep this going. I think we actually have to counter this. Let's do blue-green. I think we actually have to counter this, unfortunately. Because we have 2 of them. We do get exposed to Veil, which would be backbreaking, but... Right, Opt is good. Opt is good. The fact that we have 2 steerings definitely helps here. Good, 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 good. Okay, so we can draw step, blow this up. That'll leave me with 3 men. Yeah, that's fine. So let's do that. Let's blow this up. I guess we can just do this. Yeah, it's probably better for us to do this with just main phase. Because they don't get like free mana to cycle Peatland if they need to. Okay, so we're going to Ice Fang. I guess we're gonna start with Opt. Nice. All right, we might actually we're just gonna win this game. We might just win this one. Would love to find like a little bit of a faster clock, but beggars can be choosers, I guess. Sylvan Scrying, no. Counter draw. All right, there we go. I would not be surprised if my opponent concedes to the Teferi. Like, they probably think that they're fine here, but the Teferi is probably gonna be able to take it home. Yeah, as I was saying, would not be surprised if they concede to it. Wow, we beat Tron. Nice. Nice. It only took my opponent mulligan into 4 or something, and then to 5. Just give up, you're not searching for your Tron pieces? Nope. My opponent was persistent, but I was more persistent. We definitely luck-sacked to win that one, for sure. This hand is just... Look at this hand. Ugh, filthy. Filthy. Filthy hand is filthy. Is this a mirror? Pseudo-mirror of sorts? Shadow? Nope. Blue-white. Okay, buckle up, chat. Buckle up, because this one's gonna be a long one. Land we keep. All right. So I'm definitely going to be slamming Teferi here. Hopefully they don't have... what's his name? Force? Yep. Okay. My opponent had absolute perfects. Let's see if we can somehow navigate this game towards the W. Brutal. Wow. Well, now I'm definitely going to play Teferi here. Back it up, back it in game 2. I don't think that this is just over. Not even close. I think that my opponent has a sizable advantage. I'm not going to say no to that, but I don't think that it's just game over. I feel like we need to minus here, though. But yeah, you see, we're like we're gonna be able to have multiple Uros. We're gonna have access to Ice Fang. If we manage to draw into a removal spell for the snake, yeah, I think that they're ahead. I agree with that. Nobody's arguing that. They're definitely ahead. Like that exchange on turn 3 was just brutal, right? They just have the answer. They had the turn for Stoneforge into the Spell Snare into the Teferi. That's like my opponent had the dream hand. My opponent's hand could not have been better. The only way it would have been better is if they somehow had another answer to the Teferi or something. But now, like, if we find a path to exile, we just pass the Stoneforge. Since we're looking for specifically path to exile, does that mean... Because, like, if they connect with the sword, it's all but over. They're gonna put force on top? No. Makes sense. Oh, they have shark? Well, if they have shark, then we are just fucked, but... Oh, they don't have shark, okay. Alright, so... we're plus here. I think we're going to draw into opt because we're looking for specifically path to exile. So this gives me one deeper look. We also get to actually, I regret everything. I shouldn't have done that. Because now I can't snake, and actually playing snake seems more important. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. The good thing is that if they... like, if they attack with Stoneforge, that means that they don't clear the Tef. They are certainly ahead, however, by an important margin. Sword of Feast and Famine. It's pretty good. If they don't play a second threat, though, we can just, like, Cryptic Bounce the Stoneforge. I think that's what they're trying to figure out, whether they should answer my Teferi or they should actually go face and make me discard and all that good stuff. Yeah, that putting top on opt on top was just a huge mistake. Really bad punt.
I've made a huge mistake.
Yep, deserved. Deserved! Huge mistake, exactly. Please resolve. Damn, that probably means that they have a shark. I guess Snapcaster would also be effectively the same. Here comes the shark. We're pretty far ahead on time though, which is definitely an important factor in the Magic Online mirror match. The Magic Online control mirror match. It's an important factor. Stoneforge just has not been able to fetch anything for a while now. So I guess, I mean, they're gonna have to answer one of these Squaddles. Okay, here we go. My own Stoneforge. Now that's interesting. Swing at Tef. Path to Exile. Cool. Blue. Does that resolve? Yeah. Alright, cool. Now, path your dude. Alright. Alright, Chad, we're kind of doing it. So I'm assuming that my opponent's playing one of the stock lists, and if that's the case, then they are not playing any sweepers main deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. More lands for me, I'm not complaining. Not complaining. Hardcast Batterskull. Okay. Not much to be done there. This is like the worst Archmage's Charm ever. The Tempo Archmage's Charm. They might path me, but as long as they don't have a threat of their own, this is not even the end of the world. They cannot... I think I'm actually going to answer the baby Tef. Instead of the other thing. Yeah, there's the path. Green, blue. Sure. Just, those were not good draws, but up until then we were fine. Alright, Field of Ruin. Chat, we might be able to pull this one off, huh? Wow. They sack their own Tef. Summon 4 Speeching Opt. If they attempt to cast Batterskull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. For Speeching Opt. What else you got? This is going to cost me an Uro, but it means that my opponent is left with absolutely nothing, so it seems worth it. Like, they're going to be out of cards in hand, because I'm going to attack them with the sword, and then we're going to get their last card, so... Yo, Nassif, how's it going? Welcome everybody from Nassif's stream. Thank you so much for the raid. We're playing some Bant Blade today. We were doing fine until now. But yeah, we went 5-0 in the first league, 4-1 in the second one, and we're currently 2-0. Stoneforge is doing pretty well right now. Stoneforge is doing pretty well. Gab smelled us playing control, yeah. He just felt it. Just felt and knew it was his time. That was a sick top deck, by the way. Opponent casually top decks a Jace right there. Brutal. How was your stream, Gab? What were you doing? Astrolabe band, by the way. Yeah, exactly. Classic. This stream is 8 on time. Yeah, I usually tend to play pretty quickly, so... Playing PT deck on Arena. How are you feeling? You feeling well? Are you feeling terribly? Tell me how you feel, Gab. Tell me how you feel. Both are going to Jace, 100%. Hopefully they have like a shark or something. Ooh, that just happened. Sweet. Probably gonna be a lot of close matches. Don't you live for that though? Don't you just live for the close matches? The sweat. Gotta love the sweat. It's pretty good. My opponent's doing over there. It's pretty good. BT starts tomorrow? Yes, BT starts tomorrow. Well, I guess I could have drawn a cryptic command on the following turn, or I could have just drawn a land right now. Who knows? Who knows what's better? I tried to Luxac. Nuntuj Nun, thank you for the follow. So we know that one of their cards is a cryptic. So the last card is a cryptic. Thank you for that follow, Sguts0512. Oh man. SCP Stoneforges. So many Stoneforges. So many follows. George Son, thank you for the follow. So I think in response to this, I'm gonna snick. Force. Okay. That's something. It's pretty solid too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess we're gonna get that guy back next turn. The pajama tour. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. What is this? Stoneforge resolves. We have the path for the Stoneforge. Also, we can just equip this to one of my flying dudes instead. Path. Doing it right now to play around Force of Negation. Aha. Counter target spell and draw a card. Wow. I can't believe that we beat my opponent after they went turn 3 Stoneforge with Spell Snare backup, Resolve Stoneforge, untap, Teferi, minus bounce your dude. And we somehow pulled it off. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. 60 minutes ahead of time as well. Wow. Hola, Insano, ¿cómo va? Tidubane. Okay, so I think I still want all the paths. I don't want the verdicts, but I think I still want all the paths in this matchup. Like, it seems to be a lot about connecting with swords. Maybe I'll cut one just in case my opponent is actually changing for a heavier on Planeswalker strategy. Do you think Uro put way over the top game one? Our opponent is on blue-white Sharkblade, and we are on Bant. I'm off the Ashiok actually. Now that I think about it, I'm off the Ashiok. And I think we do want Stoneforges even on the draw. They're a lot better on the play, obviously, but I think I still want them on the draw. Yeah, I think we can cut one Mana Leak. Yeah, I think Ashiok is good in the control mirror, but I think that whether it's good or not has a lot to do with whether they have Uro or not. So, with them not having Uro, it's probably not correct for us to keep Ashiok. Do you think having access to Uro puts you way over the top of the game? One, like it's so difficult for this deck to beat Uros on top of Poison Stoneforge package. It's possible. It's possible. Like, we definitely drew a lot of cards off Uro. Like, overall, like, my opponent felt like it got to a point where they were just, like, scraping for cards. And we just did not really have that problem. We kind of flooded a little bit at one point. But, like, once we got past that, we were fine. Also, why did I keep that Cryptic? I didn't want that Cryptic. Yep, of course. Of course it was gonna happen. I did not want that Cryptic. I meant to bottom it. Oh well. It's not a bad one, at least. We need alternatives, Hannah, now? Yeah, I know. Simpson761, thank you for the follow. Alright. Should I draw 2 one step? I guess that we're hitting our land drops anyway, so I'm not... There's no need for me to do it. Oh yeah, that's a lot better for us. Cryptic bounce my land. Shark Typhoon. We got Shark, we got Snick. So you're playing 3 Cryptics and only 1 Jace Charm. I don't think so. Basically, what I did is I just went ahead and I copied like one of the lists that was stock before, and I'm getting a basic here so we can get closer to Ice Fang being Death Touchy. So basically what I did is I just tried to make the mana base a little bit less greedy. So I added more duels, I added more fetch lands, and I added what's his name? I cut like 1 Mystic Sanctuary, and so basically that was how it happened. Okay. It's an interesting concept for my opponent's way, but yeah, there's not that much thought behind my... I mean, the only thought behind my choices is like try to make sure that the deck is going to function, right? Path on Snake is like the dream, yeah. Yeah. End step. Now we can draw 2, I think. That's fine. just gonna return one of their lands. If they counter this, whatever, I don't care. I just want to use my mana. Honestly, I shouldn't have passed the shark. I should have just... Yeah, I think that my opponent might not be playing. We are pretty far ahead on cards, though. So I think we're going to continue to keep this going here. Just like doing nothing on my turn, only doing anything on my opponent's end step. Variated polluted delta to tilt people, yeah. That's the correct art. The OG fetches are so nice. What are they gonna do? Like get an opt? Whatever. It's not great value for them. Jace will attempt to counter. They used 2 mana leaks already, so I'm going to assume that they don't have more. That just resolved. All right, sweet. That's not good. I think I'm gonna sacrifice the first to Fairy. So if they fight over this, I'm just gonna let it go. Well, actually, if they Cryptic, I think I'm actually not going to. If they Cryptic, I'm gonna fight over it. If they don't Cryptic, I'm not gonna. Okay. So they can force Beaching Opt, but that's fine. Okay, and now we just are in great shape. We can do whatever the hell we want now. Yeah, when they Mystic Sanctuary back the Opt, it made sense that my opponent might have been a little bit they showed a little bit of weakness there, you know. The classic milieu plan for no reason whatsoever. You guys are trying to mill me? Is that a realistic win condition? Yeah, I'm doing a longer stream today. I'm hungry. Down to 1 card left in hand. Okay. Did they just take my only basic planes? They had my only basic planes. Brutal. Well, at least this resolved already, so it's not that big of a deal. Would love to find... Well, that doesn't do anything. Just gonna slam this Batterskull here. Mostly because I want to pressure this Ashiok. So I'm giving my opponent 1 turn to draw an answer to this Batterskull. And if they do, I can just bounce it and recast it. Relic doesn't do anything. And you see my constant issue with Ashiok, right? Like, if my opponent had in minus their Ashiok could survive a Batterskull attack. So I don't know how worth it that was. We don't have any Hallowed Fountains. Okay, so both Hallowed Fountains are still in the deck, so that's good for us. Means that we're going to have access to white mana. Cryptic, bounce the Germ. Okay. Damn. Opponent too good. Oh, we're actually in dire straits now. This Sashok is owning me so hard right now. Nice game of Hearthstone, yeah, I know. To be fair, my opponent drew absolutely perfects, right? They drew absolute perfects. Like, they drew the Cryptic to answer the Skull, they drew the Ashiok to answer, like, my potential Uros, and my fetch lands. They drew the thing to destroy my white sources. They also drew the Teferi off of the Cryptic. Desperation Cryptic to bounce my Batterskull, and they find exactly Teferi, which is insane, because it basically gives them an extra card and an extra time walk. So, our opponent definitely... The top of the deck is being kind to them. Would love to find another Snick. We have 3 quarters. Yeah. They're drawing just pure gasoline. Absolute gasoline after gasoline. We can let the first Teferi go. We still have the second one in hand. I mean, I still think... Okay, so now we have 1 Ice Fang left. I still think that fighting over it made sense. Because, like, my opponent doesn't even have that much stuff going on at that point, right? Sibale is looking pretty silly now. So, only a single Hallowed Fountain left now. Sashok's been doing a lot of work. Yeah, we couldn't have cast a second Teferi, we only had a single white source. I think I just forgot that there's a Teferi here. And they have Sharks and I don't. And Sharks are the mirror breaker when it comes to Teferi. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna lose this one now. Definitely feels like we're losing this one. So they're probably gonna Cryptic. They put Archmage's Charm on top? That's interesting. I think they should have... Shouldn't they have used Cryptic there? Unless they have Shark Typhoon. But if they are Shark Typhoon, it seemed pretty good to answer the Baby Death. Because we have enough to rebounce the Batterskull. So yeah, that does not seem like a good play. Like, we can just do this. Just pass the turn. And if they -3 the Theft to answer this Batterskull here, then we just blow them out with this Veil. Oh, they have the Shark! Oh, they have the Shark. That's brutal. Yep. It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen eventually. Stoneforge. It's pretty solid. Sword of Instant Famine. Equip sword. Okay. Okay. Shark, 2-turn clock. I mean, they need something else. And I should not have 6, because if they make the mistake of minusing the Teferi, we can just Veil and blow them out. They make me discard. I'm gonna discard, I guess, Stoneforge? Yeah, we can't cast it. Maybe I should have discarded Teferi. I don't know. Snapcaster? Gross. Wow. They've really been top decking better than I did. They draw 2. Oh my, they might drew 2 lands. Just 2 lands that don't do anything. Just 2 lands that don't do anything. Don't draw perfects again. Opponent? Come on. It's not reasonable, opponent. Come on. Come on, let's go. Damn it. They didn't minus the baby Tef. I think that it's likely that we will end up timing out. Man. This game took a sharp turn. This game took a sharp turn. Shark better than Uro confirmed. All right. So they have 3 minutes and a half to win the last game. So does that mean I have to play cowardly and I have to bring in Supreme Vertex and stuff? Nah, right? That's not the way. No, that's not the way. Let's do the same thing. Game took a shark turn. Wow. Good job, good job. Good job. Alright, this hand sounds excellent. Let's keep it. Alright. Hallowed Fountain. Opt. Let's go. Stoneforge is nice. I think we just, yeah. Now that we have second Stoneforge, we totally slam. Spell Snare or Bust. Don't have it. Don't have it. Do they both notice or I riot? I think we're gonna do the sword. There's no boat, Humbergrig. You can't just like go using boat noises for no reason, you know? The boat noise needs to mean something. It can be just a nonsense, meaningless noise. So I think that I'm actually going to play a second Stoneforge here. And see what happens. Because if this actually resolves, it doesn't. Okay. I was gonna say, like, if they play Teferi, we can actually pressure the Tef. Unfortunately, they didn't play the Teferi, but... Honestly, I just think my opponent's just gonna time out. Just no way that they can kill me in 2 minutes and a half. I mean, they're fighting. I respect the fight. I respect the fight. Blue green. This. Activate. Let's go. We drew a Cryptic now, so just gonna force my opponent to do something, you know? Shark Typhoon. I think instead I'm just gonna deal with this. We're gonna take 2. Baby Tef. Well, this is gonna get answered, but at least I'm gonna get to tap my opponent out. So counter target spell, return target permanent. Doesn't matter too much what they do because it's gonna get countered, but oh, that just resolved. Okay. They put a Mana Leak on top. Okay. So I can force the path here. What do I want to get past? Probably Stoneforge. Yeah. Am I playing the Modern thing tomorrow? No, unfortunately. My family is gonna be visiting, so. Oh, that just resolved? Oh, wow. Alright. I think that my opponent just gave up, but I don't understand the point of like giving up but not conceding. Doesn't make too much sense to me. Wooden top. Do I want to blow something up? I guess they have a Mana Leak on top, which is awkwardly good right here. So let's blow that up. Like that. Choose to not use Mystic Chancery's ability. That's fine. Which Mage is fine. Resolves. That's weird. Like, why would they just not concede? They're just letting their clock run down. There we go. Alright. Alright. So now we are 22-1. Is that the overall record with Stoneforge decks? Greek Sarah, thank you for the follow. 22-1. 5-0 with Band, 5-0 with Band, 5-0 with Blue-White, 4-1 with Blue-White, currently 3-1 with Band again. So, yeah. Stoneforge treating me pretty well. Keep. 3-0, yeah. 23-2? No, 22-1. 22-1. I played 6 league this week and went mono 3-2 and 4-1. Well, I mean, yesterday and the day before, I think I played 6 leagues in a row where I went 2 and 3 every single league. But I mean, I was playing meme decks, and then yesterday I actually played Amulet, and I still went 2 and 3 and 1 and 4, I think, or something ridiculous. So we might be getting ready for another mirror here, and I think that you basically always slam the Stoneforge on turn 2. Like, there's only Spell Snare, literally the only way that your opponent can answer this, so... Huh. I don't understand why you would censor... Like, my opponent just gave me information about what deck they're playing for no reason whatsoever. I think I let this resolve and then we slam Teferi. If they have their own force is mildly problematic, but I think that if they don't, like now we force them to play Hearthstone and we just bully them a little bit. Yeah, I assume once I saw Censor, I'm assuming Escape Shift, basically. Growth Spiral's fine. It's not force worthy. Well, that's nice. So now we have Mana Leak plus Force. What if I counter this? Because like this Mana Leak is gonna be dead soon. I guess that I can pitch it to Force if I need to. So this is fine, I guess. So I guess they could still play land into Bolt. Okay, they don't. So I'm looking for a land here, so I would rather land. So I'm gonna should I -3 here? Your counter there, he plays it from the grave so he can... Yeah, but I mean, he's still drawing a card, right? Like, my opponent is still... Udo is still drawing my opponent a card here, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We drew a Cryptic. I think I'm just gonna pass this turn. We are passing with Cryptic mana up. We can potentially, like, if they don't have another land, we can... 1, 2, 3, 4. We can Mana Leak the Uro. Which is probably pretty good. Ren and 6. Oddly enough, that doesn't really matter right now. Misty Rainforest. Like, the fact that we have Cryptic and we can potentially find Force down the line. So that's what they drew. So now we're gonna Mana Leak this Uro. Honestly, we could still just minus on it. MTG and Bagels for 15 months. Coming back for 15 months. That's many, many months, my friend. Thank you so much for the continued support. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Cycle Sensor. So get Forest or Plains, or should we Shock? If I'm gonna play Batterskull and then on my turn I'm going to equip an attack with Batterskull. That means 6 mana. That's a 6 life swing. Sure. Here comes Batterskull. Activate Feast and Famine. Activate. Attack with all creatures. I guess we're still not out of the woods. Because they could have scape shift. They could have double scape shift. Can they cast double scape shift? 1, 2, 3. They can, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. But they're gonna get back a land here. Well, I guess they don't have another land. So I'm gonna draw a card because we might draw into force. And if we draw into force, we actually do lock it up. So that seems worth it. No, it's not a force. It's okay. Yeah, double shift and we're dead. Yeah, I'm very well aware. They still need a land. They still need a land. But if they have double scape shift, we are dead. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can counter and bounce the tap land? Is that correct? Because we're at 22. So we're not dead. They will need to play a scape shift that just like messes with my stuff. Yeah, we could just let it resolve even. Yeah, because we have Snake. So even if they... No, but they can answer the Teferi if they... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I guess we should set a resolve. I guess they could have Lightning Bolt plus Renping. Bounce the land with the triggers. That's the line. That is the line, Insano. Good. Yeah, that's the line, 100%. They go for battle, but they just wait. They still they turn. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like they didn't even have lethal. So I have to let one of these triggers resolve. They're going face with everything. Bouncing Valakut doesn't do anything. We have to actually bounce one of the mountains. Turn target permanent to its owner's hand. Draw a card. Return Ketria Triumph. Why a non-Ketria? This is a tapped land, right? I'm actually interested about this, Insano. Like, what does bouncing a non-Ketria do? It cycles? Like, they already have a Ketria Triumph in the graveyard. Like, they can just cycle it with Rain already. If you bounce Valakut, you actually get all of the triggers. This is actually very important. Like, if I had bounced Valakut, I would have taken 18, right? So what I did is I bounced the land, so every single one of the lands are going to look at whether you have 5 other mountains. And this land is going to look that there's only 4 other mountains. This one is going to look that there's only 4 other mountains, etc. But the one that I did bounce is going to look that there are actually 5 other mountains. So the one that I bounced is going to trigger, while all the other ones are going to whiff. All right, so we like Aether Gust. We like... Do we like Ashiok? I feel like we do like Ashiok. And we do like Veil of Summer, obviously. Well, this will go. These can also go. Maybe all of them. Yeah, because we have Gusts as answers to Uro, so... We can also just bounce it with the Fairy, just counter it. We can just bounce it with Jace or with everything. Ashiok is what gives me a chance in this matchup. Interesting. Do you feel that advantaged in the matchup? I feel like Stoneforge is what... Like, Stoneforge... The fact that I went turn 2 Stoneforge just put my opponent in such a weird spot. It just forced them to do a bunch of things that they just could not do. Right? Like, they were forced into, like, main phase killing the Stoneforge with an Issa Charm. and stuff like that. Should play Pedro to make the Balacus black, blue, black, so welcome this. That would be interesting. Do we want Big Tef? They play so few mantis, Batterskull might give you a better chance of winning than Ashiok. I don't think they play that many mantis. They have like 12 now or something, which is definitely enough. The Ashiok deck I was 22, 1 versus Ben's type snow decks. Jeez. Okay, so what do we want? Fairies, I think Uro, right? Just got a couple of Uros. Like, this is not what this matchup is about. We need to be able to play at instant speed. How do we like this? Honestly, I think I like it a fair amount. Opponent kept 7. Doesn't really tell you. I think no. Yeah, I think we actually have to ship this. Like, we're spinning our wheels a little bit too much. This one I do like. This one I do like, actually. Ashiok actually kills both win cons. It's really good versus skip shift. Good to know. Definitely good to know. All right, Hallowed Fountain here. So not good draws. these are horrible draws. Did we just draw a land every single turn? I bottomed the land and I still drew a land. Yeah, because like our hand was lands and these 3 spells. So we just drew a land every single turn. Okay, so here comes Uro. So I guess now we're just gonna play Stoneforge. They really left themselves pretty naked in the face of Ashiok. That would be a great draw for us. It's an Uro deck with a kill you button. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's probably one of the best blue decks in the format right now. Come on! Anything. I need anything that's not a freaking land. Jeez. I feel like I need Batterskull here, actually. Like, this Stoneforge is just really susceptible to just dying. So I just rather have something that I'm going to be able to cast. Something that I'm going to be able to do something with. Bolt is good. Alright, can we draw Baby Tef? Or like something that's good? Cryptic. Ugh. It's not really that good. Yes, Veil is only here to win Counter Wars. That's the only reason why I'm playing Veil of Summer here. I mean, it's an okay card at winning Counter Wars, so. Your skip shift deck has Veil, so you need to win Counter Wars. Yeah. I mean, we're probably gonna be not good shape right here. Okay, so my opponent's just trying to get Uro going. I'm gonna fight over this Uro just because I want my opponent to tap out during their turn. Wow. That's a lot of lands. That is a lot of lands. This is also a nice little synergy. Like you said, Charm plus Uro plus Renin 6. It's pretty cool. It's pretty great, honestly. Like, also the fact that they play Remand and Remand just hosts Veil of Summer so hard is kind of insane. But again, I'm gonna attempt to fight over this Uro just so I can force my opponent to tap out on their turn. I think I'm gonna Veil first. Force my opponent to do something here. So I guess that they have their own Veil. How do we beat their own Veil? Because like if they remand their own Uro, that's fine, but their own Veil is a problem. So we're gonna be looking for force. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. We're gonna get to draw a card. So that's something. That's amazing. So now we're gonna get to... That is kind of insane. Okay, so we're gonna start with Ashiok. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Ugh. Okay. So let's do this first. Gonna be first forced to fetch here. So this way, they don't have a Veil because they put it on top, and we get to Gust here. Dispute. Oh, come on. Oh, no. Really? Oh my, that's ridiculous. My opponent is a god. I think that's just game. Yeah, that's just game, right? Like I could play this. My opponent says, "Just sorry, man. Just have a good hand." Oh, that's fine. That's fine. That's really funny. I guess that they agree that they have a good hand. Just got out countered, sir. Yep. Anything I want to change? I don't think so. Not winning Counter Wars with Censor, I know. The unluckiest. Okay, okay, what do we got here? Sure. Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess we can. I'm gonna fetch and shock because we can top deck Stoneforge. That's probably our best draw here. Top decking Stoneforge would be absolutely delightful. Stoneforge. Veil of Summer. I guess that one is probably okay. If they tap out or do something silly like that, we're gonna get him. Pretty full, tapped, say go. Land, pass. Man, I wish we had like an Archmage Storm or some way to play this instant speed here. Maybe because I don't. Yeah, I should have probably slammed one of my walkers here. Otherwise, I just leave my opponent to do this. Which is really bad. They show me that they have some silly cards in their deck, so I guess we're gonna go for blue, white here. Should I attempt to resolve the fairy first and then Ashiok? Yeah, I think so. The fairy first and then Ashiok. I think we have time for both. Because like we can use the Teferi to bounce the Uro. We have another one. Ugh. Gross. Uh-oh. Is that good? Oh my god, that resolved. That's wild. Okay, plus and say go. Hearthstone mode engaged. Just gonna bounce the fairy. Okay. Well, this time around, I think we have to slam Ashiok. Ugh, that's not a card. Ugh. We just lose to Remand, right? Well, here's nothing. Yeah, I mean it's definitely like a sideboarding thing, right? Like my opponent is using 1 mana spells that destroy me, and they are using growth spirals. It was just my mistake for allowing them to cast that growth spiral on turn 2 or turn 3. If I had like I have way too many walkers here, right? So if I had slammed one of my Teferis and just like whatever, it just gets countered. That's fine. Then that would have allowed me a lot. Like we would have been a little bit more at parity in terms of the amount of mana that we have access to. But because of how I played it, which was a mistake, I ended up being like vastly behind on mana in this counter war. And I'm gonna lose this game with multiple 3 mana cards that don't do anything in my hand, right? Which is the worst feeling. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Like I thought that I could set up a turn where I could Teferi plus Veil, which I did, but like I could have done that down the line. Like I still am going to die without being able to resolve the cards in my hand. So definitely was a big mistake on my part. Definitely was a really big mistake on my part. I guess my only out is that my opponent somehow like taps out. Like they have a Cryptic, but for whatever reason they tap out for Escape Shift and we get to force it, and then that's bad though. So I think I'm gonna upkeep, just bounce this Udo. Or attempt to. But yeah, my opponent played it very well. And they were able to, I mean, naturally their deck is really good at basically hosting decks like mine, right? Their deck is like a ramp deck that is also a control deck that has a combo finish. Like, so their deck is on every aspect just very, very good at beating decks like mine. And then I also made a mistake. Like I made a mistake and I allowed them to get ahead in an exchange that I shouldn't have. Stoneforge is kind of the only way. Yeah, exactly. And we didn't find the Stoneforges this turn. Ashiok would have been a good way to get an edge against them, but I was not able to leverage Ashiok, unfortunately. It just made things really awkward. Also, we see like the problem with this deck, right? Which is the mana situation. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think we're just gonna pass here. Like, I cannot cast a fairy with Dobbin's Veto backup because I only have a single white source. Because I fetched a Breeding Pool, which I thought was going to be necessary because I had access to Veil of Summer, but, you know. Trying to fetch for Veil or try to fetch for for Dobbin's Veto / Teferi, it's weird. Like, it's why the deck is worse. Like, if we had access to Astrolabe, obviously, we just wouldn't even need to worry about all this stuff. So I think my opponent's going to be bouncing a land here. And I think we have to veto. Well, actually, they bounce in their own land, so it's kind of whatever. Control days like they oh yeah, you never skip it. You never skip it. So I know that they have a dispute. I think that's it. And I know that they have a Cryptic on top of their deck. Still fighting here, but... Seven hours, one more, and then over die starts. Oh, nice. If only that worked. The league ain't over. No, we still have one more. We still have one more. Are they going for it? Am I pitching Baby Tef or am I pitching Big Tef? I think I'm pitching Baby Tef at this point. We just know that the last card is Mystical Dispute, so... GG's. Yeah, huge mistake. Huge mistake that just made me lose my footing for the rest of the match. Giacomo V, thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, good games, Giacomo. Good games. What I'm sure. I mean, it wasn't miserable. Like I made a mistake, right? I made a mistake and I was punished, and my opponent was able to. Capitalize on the mistake that I made. Could you have let on force there? I could, but then it's the same, right? If I lead on force, my opponent veils, I counter the veil, and then they just cryptic the force, right? And we're still on the same spot. Yeah, the enter shot was the same. All right, last match of the day. Pedro Les, thank you for the follow. Last match of the day. Sure, it's a kind of fun, awkward hand, but we have like turn 1 path, turn 2 Ice Fang. Oh, is this? Oh wow! I remember this deck. Wow. You could veto the escape with Veil on the stack. Okay, yeah, that's true. Huh, interesting. It's just interesting how that would have worked out. Yeah, thanks. Thank you for those follows, by the way. Thanks, everybody. I hope that you are enjoying the content. Are Kuthem MTGR. Thank you for that follow. Amulet rules, indeed. Indeed. All right, one lander. Let's go. Whoops. Almost made a misclick there. But it's okay, chat. Don't worry about it. So I think I'm not gonna block here. I'm gonna take the 4, and the reason for that is because I'm planning on pathing my own Ice Fang. So play Udo here. Gain some life. Yes. Do this. Path my Ice Fang. I'm gonna find another white source. Then on the following turn, I'm going to Cryptic tap, and then I'm going to tap, play the Fairy, bounce the Umbra, and the Wrath on the same turn. Shit. Well, there goes my plan. There goes my plan. I mean, there's still hope here. If we get Udo back, we get Udo back, we can start getting some life. Okay, so we can, whatever they play, we can counter, bounce, and Umbra, assuming that they don't draw a card. They don't draw a land, obviously, but and then if we draw a white source, we can Teferi plus minus, and then Wrath. Oh yeah, we're definitely countering that one. We can also counter draw, or counter tap, or we can just tap and draw. Tap and bounce, man, so many options. I think I'm gonna counter bounce the Spider Umbra. And then this turn I'm going to Teferi minus on the Rancor. Swing for 4. That's nice. That's nice. Teferi. Minus on Umbra. Nice, nice. So we feel now. Get a blue source. I'm gonna get there in the silliest way possible. That's the goal. That is the goal. Oh no! Worst case scenario. Well, I guess now I have to let this go because this is actually not lethal. And now we can get Udo back. Because they're probably going to go face, yes. This gains me a little bit of life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plus here. Blue, blue, green, green. Gain a little bit of life. We exile a Cryptic, which is not great, but... Okay. Yeah, I'm still missing a white. Again, like the problem with the mana that we discussed already. Oh no, my opponent is out of their mana issues. Nope. That kills me. Whoops. This is the silliest thing. This is the silliest thing. Are we gonna get there? Are we gonna get there right now? Oh my. Is this gonna... Are we just gonna get there? Okay, so 1, 2, play Stoneforge. 1, 2, 3, play Sword. 1, 2, equip. Yes. Sword. 1, 2, 3. Feast and Famine. Equip. I mean, we're out of counter magic, though. Never mind. Remember when I said that we were out of counter magic, chat? Remember when I said that? Wasn't that silly? Wasn't that silly when I said that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have Cryptic. This is over. Seems like such a long time ago that we didn't have Cryptic. I know, right? Honestly, it was my mistake. Like, why would I even think that I didn't have Cryptic? Seems like such a punt to think about not having Cryptic. Like, what the hell, right? Resolves. Tap all creatures. Return target permanent to its owner's hand and tap all creatures. Lol. Delightful. Absolutely delightful. Let's go. Let's go, chat. It's gonna happen, chat. It is gonna happen. We're gonna get there. I tapped the planes. Yeah, I was planning on tapping and bouncing anyway, so like it didn't. I threw up a bit there. Yeah, Uro, it's a fine card. Don't worry about it. I mean, just don't worry about it, right? Like, I mean, we banned Astrolabe, chat. It's okay. We banned Astrolabe. It's okay. You're about to 5-0 Giacomo. Nice, nice, nice. DW Sheep, thank you for the 81. Thank you for the follow. Love seeing Hexproof get what it deserves. I don't know if it's what it deserves, but it definitely feels good. I'll tell you that much. Is this a blocker? I guess Archmage's Charm is kind of. I just the fairy is kind of up. Let's go with something like this. Maybe one Quaddle. No, Quaddle blocks nicely. Unless they have like a... How many Cryptics is too many Cryptics? Unless they have like the pro creature thing or the other one. Quaddle actually does a good job. In this hand, however, should I keep the Quaddle or should I keep the Stone? I think I'm going to keep the Stoneforge. So I'm going to bottom the Quaddle. Because Cryptic seems important down the line. Five Cryptics is too many according to that judge of the determined. Oh, okay, gotcha. Good to know. What is this? Teague? That's actually kind of annoying. It's not the worst, but it is kind of annoying. So we're gonna get a Hallowed Fountain here. And play Stoneforge. Do we want to... Well, we want the pro green one, right? If one card says protection from your opponent's deck, you probably take that one. And by the way, this is like precisely why I... Okay, so this is +1/+1 right here. This is fine. Like, I'd rather counter something a little bit more threatening. Namely, one of the, like, Rancor or protection from creatures or whatever. But yeah, like as I was saying, Teague is one of the reasons why I keep it some number of paths against the Hexproof deck. Path to Exile. Okay. So that kind of helps me out a little bit here, which is nice. Control of the ethereal armor, yeah. That's the line. That's the line. Twitch chat found it once again. Alright, Udo baby, get me there. Take me home. Take me home. So we're gonna get Temple Garden here. No, thank you. And I think we're actually gonna pitch the verdict there. Dublin Eastern Layer. Oh, thank you, Douglas. How's it going? How's the Maverick life? Stupid Teague verdict would be so good. I know, right? What the hell, Gaddock Teague? Okay, so fetch land is our best draw because it allows me to Udo and then we just outrace my opponent. Too easy. Too easy. Yep. Green, green, blue, blue. Udo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we find another island, we actually get to hold up Archmage's Charm, which is nice. It's not even a Triad? I know. Just a Kithkin advisor? Like, what does that even mean? We just outraised my opponent easily. This is great. What? Oh my god. Like, what the hell were they thinking, man? Like, it just, at this point, it's just upsetting now. Like, it's just upsetting. It's just upsetting at this point. What is my opponent supposed to do? Like, what are they supposed to do? You're supposed to consider register a good deck? Damn. Damn. Savage. Absolutely savage. So none of these cards matter, opponent. You're doing stuff, but the stuff that you're doing just does not matter. Right? And we go down to 1. We gust Teague. We put it on top. Now our Cryptic is unlocked. Does anything really matter? Don't get philosophical on me, okay? I can tell you what doesn't matter, and that the answer to that is what my opponent is doing. That's what doesn't matter. Attack. Gain life. Deal damage. Win game. Okay, so what can we do? Can we have some fun here? What can we do? We have way too much mana. So let's start by drawing 2. Okay, that was solid. Then we're going to opt into Mana Leak, bottom, Stoneforge. Now we can put Aether Gust on top. Oh, bouncing to force discard is funny. Yeah, I missed that. My bad. I disappointed you, chat. Okay. We're actually a little bit short on blue manuses. A little bit short on the blue manuses. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Like I could do something about this, you know? Counter target spell, topple creatures. I could care about this, or I can just not care instead, you know? And win anyway. No, I can't bounce it because I cannot Cryptic while Tiggy's out, exactly. Alright, 23-2. That's the final record with Stoneforge decks. X-1, 14-1 with Bant, and 9-1 with just straight up blue-white. So you let them live and win by milling them with 5 mana to Fairy Luck. Wow, like the ultimate BM. Next level BM. Alright. That was fun. That was fun. Like I do enjoy playing this kind of decks a lot, actually. I don't know why, really. Like it probably is a little bit of the Maverick aspect of it, you know, just like using your equipment and equipping your creatures and attacking right here and there. So I do enjoy playing Stoneforge Mystic a lot more than I enjoy playing like straight up, you know, control decks. Even though I do enjoy playing control decks as well, but yeah, I mean, this is just a perfectly fine deck. This is just super powerful. Like we just saw how silly Uro was. Like even at that game 1 against Boggles, like whatever, man. Like how is that okay? Nice, Giacomo. Congratulations. At least you got the 5-0. You made our loss count. But yeah, congratulations on the 5-0. We officially top-aided GP. Is that how that works? Yeah, exactly. That's how it works. We prefer Bant over blue-white. I don't know, honestly. It's really tough to know when you're just like destroying with both lists. Humble brags, but like honestly, it's probably just a matter of play patterns, if I'm being honest. Like, do you enjoy playing with Uro? Do you enjoy like the payoff that you can get if you are a little bit cleaner in how you play and like how you fetch, trying to figure this out multiple turns in advance? It is interesting. It's interesting. I'm not even sure that this is the best list possible. Like, maybe Verdict should not be in my main deck at all, and I should have it. The thing is, I like because of the presence of Uro, just having access to the one of Verdict has been okay, and like Force of Negation just makes that even freer, quote unquote, right? We have no business winning that game, and it wasn't even close. Yeah, exactly. Will you be trying to have a ratio with some mana dorks? Turns more mid-range than control, but makes your proactive play better. Yeah, but I don't know. Like if you're playing, like I did see G Hash Grant, another streamer, a friend of mine. He has been doing really well, like ridiculously well, with a deck like this, like similar to this, and without the Ice Fang. I think he's not playing Ice Fang. I think he's playing full form of Mombuli Acid Moss, and I played it through a league, and I was very much not impressed because I ended up. I would find myself flooding a little bit too much, basically. Like this deck has 30, 32 mana sources. That's Amulet. This is Amulet right here. We have a ramp deck amount of mana sources. And I would find myself flooding a lot. Like, I understand why. Like, we have, like, Ghost Quarters and Field of Ruin, so... Like, I understand what he's going for. Like, he's going for a little bit of a mana denial plan. in order to go for the mana denial plan and to not for Ghost Quarter not to be so costly. You need to make sure that you are ahead of mana when you're using Ghost Quarter, and that's why we're using birdies and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't feel as great. Like the power of equipment and creatures plus Cryptic Command is kind of huge. So yeah, I don't think that, like, I could try to build something similar to this, but just why? Like I enjoy casting Cryptic Command and like Teferi and Jace and stuff, so I don't really see the need for that. What is the result of like last league? 4-1. I went 5-0, 4-1, 4-1 today. You asking me to make a decision just to know what's good? Like, both things are good. Have you tried Black White Stoneblade? As soon as Stoneforge got banned, I did try a fair amount to make Black White Stoneblade work. I did like 4-1 a couple of times, but it didn't keep up. It didn't keep up. You find Icebox Topper out is incredible. Nice, nice. For quarantine, I was playing 22 lands, 4 Noble, and 2 Bobs in a list with Teferi and Spellcaller. I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah. I mean, if you enjoy that kind of play, I don't really enjoy the card Spellcaller. Like, there's something about that card that just doesn't click with me, right? And that is a lot of magic for me, right? Like, what is the reason why I play Modern a lot more than any other format? Because I get to cast Primeval Titan, which is my favorite card to cast ever. So I like to play decks that I enjoy the play patterns of, or that I have a good time playing, that I legit have fun. And Cryptic Command is a card that I enjoy casting. Chase the My Sculptor, same thing. Stoneforge Mystic, card that I enjoy casting. Like, these cards, I'm having fun when I cast them. But is this Utopia Sprawl the Gosh build? Yeah, exactly. Replace Queller with Uro now. It was just focused around the turn 2 in the 3 drops in the deck, or playing Stoneforge with Pierce Snare. Yeah, I mean, you can do that, but it's a different deck. Like, you can definitely build a Stoneforge deck that is like just blue-white with Spell Quellers. The other day, actually, we played against something similar. My opponent had Brazen Borrowers and Vendilion Clicks and stuff, just like straight up blue-white and just tempo. I don't think they even played Cryptic Command. They just played a bunch of tempo cards, and they just tried to like get you dead real quick, basically. And it's just different play patterns. Like, if you enjoy playing those play patterns, you can probably figure out a list that is gonna be okay. I honestly have been impressed by the power level of this card. This card has been really good. Like, this card and the Sharks have been really good. Like, the fact that you can end step, put a body into play, and then you untap and you equip it, and then you just go to town with a Sword of Fist and Fan. It has been really powerful, and it puts your opponent in a really tough situation. So, I mean, that is what I like. That's what I like to be doing. So that's what I'm doing. Why is Blow-Eyed Stormblade more in use than banned? It's because of the meta. 100%. It's the only reason. Like, if the banned mana were perfect, like if we had like dual lands, basically, I think that dual lands as in like, you know, Tundras and like Tropical Islands and stuff, like the OG duels. If we had access to those, I think that nobody would play Stoneforge, right? You just play a mana base with like 4. No one would not play Euro. I mean, you just play a mana base with like 4 Tropical Islands, 4 Tundra or something like that, like super consistent, and with a bunch of fetch lands, and you would just always have your mana be perfect. And like, clearly Uro is the busted card, right? Like, Uro didn't go anywhere. Like, did you see what just happened in the last match? How I resolved an Uro and my opponent never ever again had a shot at winning the game? Like, clearly this card is just not okay, right? Like, this card is just absolutely busted. So it's just a matter of, can you cast the card? And can you afford to like pay the cost of casting the card, right? Like, can you maneuver yourself into a situation where you can actually profitably cast this card? And this deck does it kind of well. I wouldn't say that we are a good Uro deck. Like, the Scapeshift deck that we played against, that's a good Uro deck. Like that deck is gonna be able to cast Uruk very, very reliably and very easily, and their mana is gonna be fine, and they're just going to like demolish you with that Uro. But we are not kind of there because of the mana base specifically, right? We're just trying to do a bunch of other things at the same time, and you just cannot do everything. I want to see someone who is good at Paladin decks figure out if I should work on it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do like a donation list or something like that, I am down to like playing a league through with like something like what Spike does, right? Like Spike does donation lists where like they ask him to like build around the card. I would love to do that too if that's something that you're interested. But yeah, I mean, it's not something that would come to me naturally, Deemster, if that makes sense. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. Today was a lot of fun. It was like 7 hours and 20 minutes, 3 leagues, easy, pretty straightforward. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button, and leave me your comments down there, and let me know what you liked and what you didn't, all the good stuff. Have an amazing rest of the day. And I will see you around. Bye-bye.